following is classified incriminating evidence against a citizen of the Mushroom Kingdom. His charge? Participating in a plot to destroy Mario and send the Mushroom Kingdom into ruin. The identity of this fiend is Goombario, first of his name, son of Goompapa of House Goomba. But is he really who he claims to be? Following an assortment of accounts of his crimes, you, the jury, will be asked to find this young man innocent or guilty by leaving a comment below. His fate is in your hands because he doesn't have any hands. Prosecutor, you may proceed.
Hey everybody, I'm Prosecutor Pro, but you can call me JoPro. And today we're prosecuting Goombario for crimes against the general welfare of the Mushroom Kingdom and its monarch, Princess Peach. To begin, Your Honor, I would like to expose Goombario's hideous personality he displayed during the recent Kingdom Crisis instigated by Bowser. I believe these context clues into the character of Goombario will prove insightful. Later, I will address his crimes against the kingdom. Please note, honorable jury, that all forthcoming quotes originally made by Goombario and members of his family will be read in their absence by a Goomba of House Lonely, who has chosen to remain anonymous for this trial.
And who would blame me? I don't trust this family of savages knowing my identity. And how could they? I'm completely incognito.
Yeah, sure you are. Anyway, upon being rescued by the Goomba family, Mario recovered at Goomba Village. Here we began to learn several disturbing facts about Goombario. The first is that he's jealous of his little sister, Goombaria, and doesn't understand why everyone's nice to her.
Everyone's always nice to her. Why? I mean, I'm honestly wondering, she's not nearly as freaking hot as Goombella. I just don't get it.
Please stick to the direct quotes, Mr. Goomba. This may be passed off as nothing more than sibling rivalry. However, Goombaria ultimately exposes her older brother's abusive actions.
Goombario's head is as hard as a rock now. Tee. When he does his head bonk move, it really, really hurts.
Goombario is embarrassed for Mario to hear this, but ultimately confirms her accusation to be true.
Oh, be quiet, Goombaria. You're embarrassing me. Of course, it is true.
Goombaria's statement implies that her brother has been using his trademark head bonk move on her, and while this may not seem a major issue at first, keep in mind that if he utilized his action command, she would have lost 2 HP from this assault, since Goombas have no defense and she didn't appear to have any badges equipped. This is substantial abuse and grounds for punishment. When Mario found Goombaria's play doll, Goombario asked him to return it to her. Mario declined, and Goombario reacted by saying,
I guess you could just give it back when you're done with it.
What sort of quality brother allows Mario to use his little sister's doll in any way he desires?
Goombario is one messed up lad. I had no idea.
Well, I agree. Goombario also mentions that he reads and studies books written by the masters. These masters in question are believed to be Chan, Lee, and the Master. They are members of the Toad Town Dojo, an establishment that Goombario admires and aspires to train at. Most concerning is that Goombario has no arms nor hands, and so it is doubtful that he spends time reading books like he says, which would imply Goombario is at this moment deceiving Mario. In fact, we believe Goombario may be a pathological liar as he seems to believe his own false statements as truth. The key to this claim can be found when he and Mario visit Yoshi's Island later in their adventure. At the local village, Goombario provides Mario with specific details into several Yoshi's daily habits.
This Yoshi always hangs out around the village entrance.
Upbringings.
They've known each other since they were kids. I've heard they pulled many a prank together.
Municipal job titles.
He's the village leader.
And personality traits.
He looks like a little scamp.
But here's the crazy thing. Goombario has never been to this island before. He's never met any of these individuals. In fact, we find out through Goombario's own admission that not only has he never met a member of the Yoshi species, but that he hadn't believed they even existed.
My Goompa once read me a book that had a Yoshi in it, but I never really thought that they existed. It's so exciting to see them.
Honorable members of the jury, I ask you, how could Goombario know such specific details about individuals on an island he's never been to, and members of a species that until now he did not know existed? To further define Goombario's disgusting personality, we have evidence of him speaking rudely about Mushroom Kingdom citizens.
He's famous for being selfish, stingy, and impatient.
He even made negative references to the weight issues of some beings, including his own house's king.
That King Goomba is really huge. He's really big. I mean, look at him. No, but seriously for a minute, that man really needs to cut back a little, and he needs to start hitting the treadmill. Oh, wait, forget about the last bit. Look at the size of that guy. He's enormous. He's huge. He looks like he'd eat till his stomach blew up. What the hell, man? You just can't make this stuff up, can you?
Goombario has been recorded even going so far to stereotype and judge other Goombas based on their geographical location and lack of clothing, labeling them as
bad.
In fact, this discrimination and judgment extends to other species as well, including this family of toads, which Goombario mocks for their color.
He's a funny colour for a toad.
Goombario also makes a few comments implying women are inferior to men, or at least incapable of grand adventures.
I wonder what type of trip they're taking. It's definitely not going to be as difficult as our journey. Hold up a minute. I tell you, mate, this Goombario is a total jerk.
Yes, I know, but please stick to the script. It is made increasingly clear that many of Goombario's disparaging remarks could be a product of his upbringing. During an exchange with Mario, Goomba responds to the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom in extremely rude fashion. We also find out in Dry Outpost that when Goombario was worried as a young boy, rather than comfort him, his grandfather preferred he go talk to Merlin about his problems. Merlin, however, lives far from Goomba Village, which indicates Goomba often sent his toddler grandson on a lengthy journey through an apparently dangerous part of town, on his own and unaccompanied. There are dozens of accounts of Goombario rudely gossiping about citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. Ironically, he also complains about several citizens who he believes gossip and tell rumors too often.
I wonder when we're going to get bored with all those rumors. So much gossip. He's a bit of a gossip. He's an incurable gossip. He's a huge gossip. You can't believe everything he says. He's a pretty easygoing penguin who always gossips. This penguin likes to gossip.
Meanwhile,
I'll tell you a secret. He's a huge fan of the princess. He told me once that he had a huge collection of her photos. What a lovesick fool. Right now, he likes Minty. I heard he has a bit of a crush on Melovey. He's in love with Bo.
You hate gossip, Goombario? Really? Look in a mirror, you little turd beast. Goombario crosses the line many times when incessantly rambling about nearly every woman in the kingdom's physical attractiveness, often being envious of their boyfriends, and contemplating when he will become a boyfriend.
Maybe his girlfriend's there. I definitely think she's the cutest of the three. I can totally see my future wife being like that. Always worried about brave Goombario. Her future boyfriend might be in for some trouble.
Goombario also complains about this toad couple due to his jealousy of their affections, although they are not even touching. On several occasions, he states that he does not find much attraction to toads.
I personally don't think they're that attractive, but I guess for toads they are.
But then in many other instances, he cannot contain his attraction to members of the toad species.
She is so beautiful.
This would be another clear contradiction. Goombario, ever the womanizer, begins correlating other people's attitudes and moods to them obviously being interested in a woman that he likes.
I bet he's working hard to try to impress her.
Even viewing them as his rival.
A rival for her affections.
In Dry Outpost, Goombario saw Merly and noted that,
when I look at a woman as beautiful as this, it makes me feel all strange.
Well, yeah, that's how it works, man. In a particularly disgusting reveal, Goombario implies that his sister, yes, the same sister he head bonks, and the only youthful female Goomba in the kingdom, is cute. And sure, go ahead, it's fine to call your sister that you head bonk cute. I get it, she is cute. But here's the thing, Goombario has a massive, monstrous crush on Merlevy of Shooting Star Summit. He is, in his own words, in love with her. Goombario displays interest in playing with her younger brother, who lives with Merlevy, and disturbingly states he thinks
He's so lucky.
that his sister lives downstairs from him, as if he wishes he was Merlevy's brother, as if that would make her more accessible to him. This fact, combined with the evidence of Goombario's abuse toward his sister, and several accounts of him implying his sister is cute, creates quite the disturbing prospect. Now, before I let the defense speak on Goombario's behalf, I want to mention I attempted to dig up dirt on him when he was in Princess Peach's room. I thought surely he'd say something totally terrible, but no, he was good. No inexcusable jokes, no gossip, no wishful romance. He just said her room smells good, so that's...
Wait, Goombas don't have noses. He's a liar.
Defense, you may now issue a rebuttal.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, in response to the prosecutor claiming that Goombario reading a book by the dojo masters is a lie, we have evidence that Goombas can, in fact, read and hold books. We are not sure how, but the fact remains he clearly was not deceiving Mario. Additionally, we have a witness, a Toad who lives among the Goombas. Mr. Toad, you once told Mario that the Goombas in Goomba Village are just the nicest folks you'll ever meet. Do you still agree with this perspective?
Yeah!
Would a Toad, especially an operator of an inn, lie to Master Mario? This concludes my rebuttal.
Our belief is that Goombario and his family, who have suspiciously vanished following the parade at the capital, were acting loyal to Bowser in his plot to kidnap Princess Peach and rule the kingdom. The evidence begins like this. Bowser, rather than killing Mario, tossed him out of his castle into an oddly specific clearing in the outskirts of Goomba Village, where he was found by Goombaria. As our secure footage shows, Goombaria calls out for
Dad, Goomba, Goombario.
but later claims she called
Daddy, and Goomba, and Goombario.
Whoa, a contradiction to be sure. Mario is then moved to the Toad house to be watched over by the aforementioned proprietor. When Mario awoke and attempted to head east to Toad Town, Goompapa refused this. The Goomba father acknowledged that Mario must leave for important reasons, but refused to open the gate until repaired, and that he must first fix one last hinge, thus preventing Mario from rescuing the princess. Once the gate was repaired, Kammy Koopa arrived right on schedule to delay Mario further. Note that she said she was smart to come here to check on him. She indicated she knew Mario was in Goomba Village from the start, as if this had been planned, and she hoped the Goombas would not allow Mario to leave the village. But since they had, she dropped a block on the gate to further delay Mario. Conveniently, Kammy Koopa finds no time to teach the Goombas a lesson, although her deadly spells take only seconds to conjure up. Do you struggle to believe that the Goombas are a secret agent of Bowser, and that they were in league with Kammy Koopa to keep Mario hostage in their village? You think it seems far-fetched that they would ally themselves with this fiend? Well, members of the jury, Goombario, as always, admits his and his family's own guilt by disclosing that he knows Kammy Koopa, when nobody else in the kingdom does at this point.
Hey, I know that old Koopa. That was Kammy Koopa. She's way up in the ranks of the Koopa clan.
We could rest our case here, but there's far more. Kammy Koopa leaves, and so Mario is sent to speak with Goomba, but of course the veranda had fallen, leaving Mario even more trapped. Oh, but look! Goomba is alive and well! How would a man of his age so easily survive a fall from such a great height, but scream in agony when later attacked by Junior Troopa? Also, his words as Mario walked up clearly revealed his dishonesty, as he said,
Oh, my back. Who's that? That you, Mario?
He asked if that's Mario when he clearly knew it was Mario, and it's evident that Goomba is faking his back injury and pretending he did not know Mario was coming. His next words are the most incriminating yet. Goomba said,
I remember a great crashing noise, and then the veranda collapsed, and I fell. Yeah, that's it.
What is wrong with this statement? Yes,
Yes, that's right. He mixed up his story and revealed it as lies. One would not hear the noise of the crashing veranda before it fell. One would hear the crashing noise of the veranda as it fell and hit the ground. And if you still do not believe this ordeal to be planned and rehearsed, explain the conveniently placed block preventing Mario from returning to the village. Goomba himself admits it shouldn't be here. It's not normally there. And who is the only person in the entire kingdom to place these yellow bricks? Kammy Koopa. Why would Kammy Koopa, who's apparently short on time, waste time and effort placing a block in an oddly specific spot on the outskirts of town in the opposite direction Mario needed to go? She wouldn't. Not unless she knew Mario would need to pass through there. Not unless the Goombas would make sure he fell from their veranda, and Goomba would be in on the trickery. While heading back to the village, Goomba urged Mario to attack and kill any Goombas who come up to him in the rural district. He encouraged Mario to strike them first, to instigate.
I see some bad Goombas ahead. Striking first really helps when it comes to battling.
Possibly because these Goombas were not allied with Bowser as he claimed, but knew the truth about the Goomba family. By this point, Mario had obtained a hammer to break the yellow block and was finally able to leave. The Goombas had failed and Bowser would be most displeased. But what's this? An idea!
Oh, here's an idea, Goombario. I'm sure Mario will agree. You should accompany Mario.
Goomba wishes for Goombario to act as a spy, a threat, and to delay Mario whenever possible. And what's absolutely asinine about this is that Mario is given no choice. Nobody cares whether he wants Goombario's company or not. Goombario is forced onto Mario. But with nearly every other ally who accompanied Mario, he was given the option to bring them along or not, at least at first. Goomba gave Mario no such option, and now that his work was done, he could finally rest easy and take a nap. When Goombario told his family he was embarking on a dangerous journey, they didn't worry about him at all. His mother said things like,
"Wear a sweater when it's cold,"
which Goombario certainly ignored, and when she saw him in Toad Town, all she had to say was,
"Good luck and take care of yourself."
They didn't seem surprised or shocked that their young and only son was going off on a deadly adventure, because they already knew, because this contingency plan for if Mario escaped the village was planned from the start. It is a good thing Goombario did so much training, isn't it, Dad? We're nearly done, but first, a few last brief points. Goombario says that this toad wants to be really powerful and thinks that power solves everything, before noting that his way of thinking is only a little bit different from his own. Only a little bit? Perhaps his allegiance with Bowser is only to gain power for his family name. Come on, man, this is the Mushroom Kingdom, not King's Landing. When visiting his family later in the adventure, they still don't seem worried about little Goombario. But he does receive one letter from his mother, one that was not intended for Mario's eyes. However, with the help of the kind-hearted Parakarry, we collected this letter as evidence.
I hope your tattle ability has finally become useful.
She hopes his tattle ability becomes useful? What? She's a bad. They're all a bad. This is proof Goombario was spying on Mario and tattling back to his parents. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the prosecution rests their case.
Objection. He is but a product of his parents' and grandparents' possible crimes and may have not known their true intentions.
But Goombario is not a child. Goombario is not even a Goomba.
Well then, what the hell is he? He looks like a Goomba to me, and I'd say I'm something of an expert on the subject.
Well, you see, the most crucial clue came while Mario was at the Crystal Palace. There, he encountered a gang of Duplighosts imitating Mushroom Kingdom citizens. Goomba was just one of those imitations. My friends, Goomba does not exist. He is but a Duplighost allied with Bowser, and by extension, we believe the rest of his family, including Goombario, may be as well. We already know Kooper here is real, but why do we believe Goomba to be a Duplighost but not Luigi, Colorado, and Koopakoot? For several reasons. One is that the Duplighosts imitating those other individuals utilize key words in their performances,
specific verbiage that those individuals are iconic for saying. It's clear they are playing a role based on a real person, whereas the Goomba Duplighost says nothing special. It's just him. He's not copying anyone, but playing his own role that he played all along. Further, we clearly know Luigi is real, as he is Mario's brother. Colorado proactively helped Mario on his quest, so he must be good too. And Koopacoot, well, actually he's probably a Duplighost too, now that I think about it. I mean, he's kind of a jerk. Still don't buy my perspective? Fine. But with one question you absolutely will. What is the one thing we know about Duplighosts besides that they can take the shape of another being? They never attack Mario unless he sees through their disguise. They don't attack. All they try to do is delay, to postpone, to inhibit. Their singular goal in all instances Mario encountered them was to slow Mario down with their trickery and magic, to prevent him from progressing, and even turn him around and away from his quest. They are known to often make rude remarks and display insensitivity. Does any of this seem familiar? How about all of it? The Goomba family used these same tactics to slow Mario down, and it nearly worked. If Goombario is indeed a Duplighost, it would also explain how he knew so much about nearly every citizen in the kingdom, including those he had never met. Duplighosts must be prepared to imitate anyone at any time, and would need to know at least a few key facts to create a believable charade.
Okay, man, you're honestly blowing my mind right now, and it's really making a bloody mess.
I'm glad I could be of service, but unfortunately Goombario was last seen at the celebration parade, and his family had already vanished before that. They could still be out there somewhere, blending in, waiting for their chance to strike at the princess. But for now, it is up to you, the jury. Is Goombario guilty or innocent of these crimes against the kingdom? And are he or his parents Duplighosts? Let your voice be heard in the comments. After all, I'm only a Lego, so what do I know?
And I'm only an anonymous Goomba who's usually stuck between two anonymous pipes, so what do I know? I mean, honestly, maybe this Goombario is a total fraud, or maybe this JoPro fella is a load of rubbish.
But recall one final fact, Mr. Goomba. Goombario was obsessed with and seek training by the masters at the Toad Town Dojo. One of these masters? Lee, a Duplighost. But hey, that's just a theory. A Goom theory. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this year's Paper Mario month. Make sure to check out all the other Paper Mario related videos on my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and come back for more videos in the future.